What is up, Crap Stains? JJ back here from Run Pure Bets with another free pick for it. This time it's going to be college basketball for Monday, February the 21st. Game's going to be played between the Drake Bulldogs and the Indiana State Sycamores. Current betting spread is Drake minus 11.5. Total 141.5. So yeah, look, it's finally nice to get some endings to stick in this sport, right? I mean, it landed both solo vids this week or from last week, and went 3-1 from both live college basketball shows this weekend. Even like the lone loss was a 151.5 over in the Citadel game where there was 92 points in the first half. That was actually the only slip I lost all weekend, so no qualms on my end. Despite the short or brief glimmer of hope here, there's no need to change anything up. Still pacing slowly, looking at things holistically, and it's often forgotten how mental betting sports can be. It's why I always find it funny when folks in this industry are giving out 10, 15 plays a day in the middle of a big cooler. Like when you're betting your own money on these, it's not easy to just keep getting pummeled and keep pounding picks away. I mean, it's easy to do so if you're not actually betting your own money on your picks. LOL. Look, and I don't call anybody out or anything, but I'm just saying you do see it in the industry, right? I mean, ultimately, whether people are winning or losing, anybody can handle the wins. It's judge folks on how they handle losses. Moral of the story, though, if your head isn't right, your picks aren't going to be either. And a few days off does the mind some good, and just going back to the basics. In the end, numbers always trump all, and just follow those breadcrumbs to profits. Look, let's talk on this spot and the number I really like in here. Now, first of all, it is 5 a.m. Eastern, so early bird gets the worm. Fucking straw. Trying to do the good things by earth, All right, so the Indiana State Sycamores getting 11.5 here is simply wild to me. Like, look, I understand how we're getting here at this number, but I actually have this slightly less than 8, so makes 11.5 or made 11.5 an easy fire. Yes, so yeah, Indiana State plus 11.5, BetMGM minus 110 in New Jersey. Yes, the Drake Bulldogs once again have a good group of guys. A few key guys have been hurt for them this year, and they've also gotten some what I'll call deteriorated play from some of their good guys from last year. Like Hempel comes to mind, and then the big guy from Seton Hall that transferred a few years back. Look, but this team still has a tremendous amount of upside. This was shown, to a big extent with the win over Loyola, where they basically went wire to wire, winning that game. Now Drake absolutely punished Loyola inside and got to the charity stripe a ton. Look, my issue with this Drake team is it's a lot of me, myself, and I basketball. I'm not sure how much you've watched this team or how much you guys watch this team, but a lot of one-on-one basketball without ball movement. The cool kids call this ISO. Ball just tends to stick in this offense. Now, contrary to this, Indiana State keeps the ball moving. They run really good sets. The issue is that Indiana State just doesn't have the efficiencies player-wise, as it relates to getting the ball inside the basket. Sycamores take a ton of threes, but when you compare it to their lack of efficiency in doing so, it's very poor. As per KenPom, 35% of this team's points come from three-point range, and they shoot less than 32% as a team. Like I said, woeful. I look at a Drake team that fouls a ton and can get beat both inside and outside by teams with good offensive rhythm, right? And yes, Indiana State doesn't convert these opportunities nearly as good as they should. But this team gets good looks consistently on offense. Ball does not stick in their sets. And when these two first met a few weeks back in Indiana State's gym, the game was much closer than the final score indicated. This was a 4-point game with less than 10 minutes left that I know it ballooned to 18 or 17 before it ended. But credit to Drake for clamping down late. But Indiana State was hanging around for most of it. The spread on that game was Indiana State plus 4, and now we're saying with home court swapping, the line's going to move nearly 8 points. Nah. So here, I get Indiana State after a few clunkers and Drake off their best win of the season, opening up this generous line of 11.5. Indiana State's the type of team that can lose by anyone by 30. Again, just because of their just lack of overall talent. But this team does show promise at times. They match up better versus Drake than this line indicates, and if Indiana State is hitting their open looks along with finishing sets at the rim, they could be certainly live late in this one to win. Indiana State's been burned by teams that can scorch from deep, but this isn't really Drake's script to success. Drake does a lot of the damage inside, where Indiana State has made things difficult for some teams, especially teams that lack that consistent ball movement. All in all, give me Indiana State in this one in a buy low spot, getting 11.5. Look, if Indiana State just runs the sets they always do, and they can stick shots with some consistency, they should be able to hang around throughout. Drake is far more talented than Indiana State, but their offense can be a bit too much one-on-one at times. I'll take the Sycamores, open looks versus the studs for Drake, forcing shots for 40 minutes. Let's hope to hang inside the number here. So yes, one last time, Indiana State plus 11.5 bones. Got that minus 110 bet MGM in New Jersey. May the odds be ever in our favor. I want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, thumbs up. Create some fake accounts more. Thumbs up. If you did not enjoy, I hope you wake up with your nuts tied to a car battery. As always, drop comments below your thoughts on the play. And also let me know who you like for this Monday slate. I know it's a relatively small slate, but it doesn't mean you can't have action you like. Be sure to check out Spread and Tyler's daily NBA rundowns, as them two just crush it, along with the I guess DFS folk. I'm with them every day. And of course, Kegger's live shows just continue to smash. So be sure to check it all out. I'll be back to host the weekly PGA show on here on Wednesday night with the crew. But until then, be sure to gamble responsibly, stay safe, and run pure, folks.